Hey everybody, this is Roberto Blake of RobertoBlake.com helping you create something awesome today. So today I'm going to talk about why everybody needs a website. Whether you're an individual and you plan to work at a company for the rest of your life, whether you are an entrepreneur, especially if you're an entrepreneur, whether you're a small business, whether you're a hobbyist, you probably need a website at this point. This is what it's going to be like for the next 10, 20 years until we do something else with technology. Now, there are a couple of reasons why I say that. And it's not even something that's super modern or like revolutionary right now. To be honest, like the reason that I got like a job at an ad agency years ago in New York was specifically because I had a website and they found me in Google. That's it. That's the reason. I actually got my first job as a web designer in an IT company because I had a website to show with my portfolio of work. Those things all mattered even back then, as far back as the early 2000s. They certainly matter now, and there's something that are a matter of public awareness at this point and are mainstream. There are a couple advantages though that you really need to think about in terms of why you need a website. Number one, it does actually raise your public profile and awareness of you, and it makes you easier to find and thus easier to hire. It also means that if someone is trying to hire you and they're doing a Google search for you, and believe me, they will, then you have a better chance of controlling the information that appears and also impressing them with the fact that you might be the top person for your name in your area in Google. So that's important to note, and that could be an advantage to you in the hiring process. So it's good to have a website with your body of work and your resume and your contact information, even if you plan to work for someone else forever. In the event that you're not able to work for someone else forever and you need a new job, this becomes some of your proof, especially if you can't necessarily bring things over from your reputation from the other company. Either the company went out of business, so that wouldn't be a good thing, or your relationship with them didn't end well and you can't use the work that you did there or use them as a reference. Having your own website where you've been marketing yourself, documenting your progress, your journey, your credentials, your body of work, all matters because it is your leverage in getting that new job and getting hired again. If you're an entrepreneur, then this is even more important because this is how you're going to sell things for the next 20 years. You're going to use a website to do it, and you're going to do it more effectively. Also, your website is going to be your best employee. It's going to be marketing while you're sleeping. It's never going to call in sick, and it's never going to ask for a raise. So if you're in business, hire a website to do your work. And again, your website is not necessarily going to do all your work, or it might, depending on your business model, but ultimately, your website's going to sell more books. Your website's going to book you more speaking engagements. Your website is going to get you more consulting clients. That's what websites are here to do. They're here to represent us as avatars when we're not present in the real world, and more importantly, so that people can search for us and find us on their demand and for what their needs are and say, yep, I'm going to make an informed buying decision based on this. So those are the reasons why I feel that everybody needs a website. Now, that being said, you might not know where to start. I'm going to do a bunch of videos on the channel that actually help you with the launching of a website. I'm going to do some tutorials for those of you who want to build it from scratch. I'm also going to do some videos that actually address how you hire a qualified web designer. I actually don't do a lot of web design projects anymore for clients. It's just so time consuming, and I do so much better with doing consulting for brand development and for marketing for my time that I just decided to move more in that direction. That being said, I know a ton of great people who do web design, and I can give you some recommendations and also tell you how to hire, especially since I have done web design, so I know how to help you, sniff out who's good and who's not. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to help you figure out what you need in a website. Some of you are dramatically overpaying for your websites, and you're dramatically overpaying for things like web hosting. Web hosting doesn't have to be super expensive. If you're not planning to get 100,000 visits to your website per month, then you can use a cheaper web hosting plan. I recommend Bluehost.com because they're super affordable and they're reliable and you can get customer service. I'm actually using them for a secret project that I'm not publishing yet, but also a lot of my clients use them as well, and so I would recommend them off of that. The other thing that I know a lot of you are struggling with is figuring out what to name your website. And this could be very difficult. I'm going to do a whole video that addresses that. So if you have questions about websites, leave those in the comment section. I might actually do videos around your question, so that would actually be very helpful to me and allow me to help you a little better. Anyway, like this video if you like it, don't forget to subscribe, check out the other awesome content on the channel. As always, you guys, thanks so very much for watching, and don't forget, create something awesome today.